Hello, this is Anne, and today I'll be talking about problem A from the 2014 NACLO Open Round. So this problem is called What's the Time in Tallinn, which is the capital of Estonia. And we are given 6 clock faces with their Estonian time expressions below. We're also given some numbers in Estonian. And question 1 asks us to translate the times into Estonian, while question 2 asks us to give the time given the Estonian time expressions. And so this type of problem, like the format, is called a Rosetta Stone puzzle. And first, I would start off by writing down the times. So this is 1 o'clock, that's 2 o'clock, that's 1:15, that's 3:30, and then 10:45, and 1:05. And so first I see that the 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, since they're both on the hour, they both have the kel on, which I'm assuming means like it's exactly the hour. And then ux would probably correspond to 1, while cox is 2. And then in the third clock, we have cox here, so that's 2. But it's weird because this is 1:15, and so I guess that the virand is like saying it's 15 minutes, but to the next hour, instead of like in English how it's like 15 minutes past 1, it's like 15 minutes to the second hour, which is a bit weird, I guess. And we also have the 5th clock, which has 10:45, but 10 is kume and not ux yet, so I'm assuming that this might be 11, and then this would be like 45, and it also has the virand at the end, which is like similar to the virand in the 15. And here I guess like maybe it's 15 times 3, and then com is 3. So then also like 11, it has the ux and then the siets part of it. So like this might be 1 plus 10, even though 10 is kume. And then the last clock we have, it's like the minutit, I'm guessing, is like minute, and then that's 1, and then this is probably 5 because like 5 minutes past 1. And then the fourth one, since like we said that com is 3, this is nali, so that's probably going to be like 4, and then pu would be 30, or like half. So in Estonian, it's like the minute first and then the hour. And also they tell time differently, I guess, because instead of having it being 1:15, they have it like 2:15, although it's like 15 minutes to 2. And then at this point I would like make a table of all the hours. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, and then 1 we have as ux, 2 we have as cox, 3 I'm guessing will be com, although that might change if once we get more information. And then 4 is probably going to be Nelly, because instead of it being 3:30, it's like 30 minutes to 4. And 5 we have as vis, because 5 minutes. And then 6 we are given as kus. 7 is sietse. 8 we have as kaheksa. 9 we do not have, and then 10 is kume. 11 is going to be yuksets. And then since like 11 is just 10 plus 1, and then it also has the yuks like prefix, I'm assuming that 12 would be like kaksiets, because it's going to be 2 plus 10 instead. And we do not have 9, but I see that like in 8 we have the ka. That's like a bad color. We have the ka, and that's also similar to the 2 here. So like 8 and 2, they relate because 10 minus 2 is 8. So maybe 9 would be like 10 minus 1 is 9. So that might be uk. Not writing that correctly. Uksetsa. Although I think that I'm going to keep 3 and 9, just start at like as unsure, because I think we might need more information to back that up. And then now I'll like start doing answering the questions. So 8:45. Well, we know that 45 is the komviran. And since Estonian has it as like being to the next hour, instead of 8, we're going to have 9. And since we have 9 as yuksetsa, I'll just have it as this, although this might change after we get more information. And then 4:15, so that would be like 15 virand. And then instead of 4, it'll be 5, and that's vis. So it'll be virand vis. Then 11:30, well, the 30 would be the pool, and then instead of 11, it'll be 12, and we have 12 as kaksiets. Although we did build that off of 11, so maybe I'll start that one too, and we can go back to it later. And then 7:05, so the format for this would be the vis for 5, and then the minutit. And then we have 7, which is sietse, and the labi. And then 12:30, so instead of 12, it will be 1, and then 30 is pool, so we have pool uks. Now on to the question 2. So it's, what do the following time expressions mean? And so here we have kak kumen vis minut uksalabi. And this is like the similar format to the last time expression, vis minut uksalabi. So we have the uksetsa, and that we said was 9. And since they give it to us in the problem, then I'll just say that we guessed it correctly, and this does mean 9. And then it's cox we have as 2. And then the kume here would be 10, so maybe this is like 2 times 10, 20. Vis is 5, and then it's minutes, so this would be 9:25. And then viran nawi, well, viran would be the 15, and then Nelly we have as 4, but since like it goes back an hour, this would instead be 3:15. And then pool calm, well, here they give us calm, and then we guess that that was 3 from the kom vi ran yükselt. So we also guessed correctly there. So that's 3, and then this is 30. So this would be not 3:30, but 2:30, since we go back an hour. And then the kom vi ran yükselt, well, this is going to be 45. Yet we said was 12. That was unsure then, but now, I guess, I'm gonna unstar these. And then, so this instead of 12 would be 11:45. And lastly, the kom kumend vismin kuslabi. So kom is 3. Kumend we said was going to be like times 10, and then vis minutes, that's going to be 6, so that's 6:35, and we're done. So this problem, I guess there was some guesswork involved, but then with the second question, most of our guesses were confirmed to be true, which is nice. And I guess Estonian, the part about like the hour being plus an hour might be confusing, but overall this problem is mainly just trying to figure out what the times are and finding the similarities between the words. So that's it. Bye!